This is the Abrasive Cutoff Saw. Different manufacturers. Understand, and I can't repeat this enough, know your equipment. The first thing, it has a handle to lift this thing up. All right, use that, not the trigger handle. The center handle to help you grab it from where it's being stored at. The next thing is you want to be sure that your guard works freely. All right, that's with any type of saw. It doesn't matter. Make sure that the guard is up and running. You'll also see that there's what I consider to be a spark arrestor. All right, right up front here, and you'll see why in a minute. All right. Then, to get this in the upright operating position, you just gently push down on this and pull the pin out and allow it to go up. Lock it in position, check your blade, run it around 360 degrees, be sure there's no chips, it's not warped, and it's in good shape. The next thing that you want to do is release the tension off the locking arm, and this has a little flipping device where you can open it and slide it real easy. All right, so if you're working with different pieces of sizes, it's very quick and easy. All right, now we're going to be cutting round stock here. All right, we want, I always told you never put anything round in something square. Well, this is one of those exceptions. Now some of them will have a V device cut into it for purposes of this. This does not have that. All right, but you snug it up, you drop your quick release and give it a few turns to firm it up. All right, now you don't have to over tighten this thing, but you want to be sure that it isn't going to move on you. All right, you'll also notice that in the back here there's a little threaded nut and bolt. All right, that's your depth gauge. In some cases you may need to ensure that you're only cutting so far. Well, that's a whole nother operation, but we're doing nothing but cutting through this whole thing. All right, I highly recommend that you put the earmuffs on in this case, because this thing does get loud. All right, again, make sure that your cord is out of the way, that we've checked our plug. We plug our equipment in. We're going to put the headphones on, hearing protection. But what I want you to see here is this little trigger housing. All right? Up underneath, there's a little red button. Well, you have to pull that towards you and then pull up on the trigger. It won't work otherwise. All right? It's a safety device. It's an idiot switch. All right, as I call them. All right. Once I start this, you won't hear me very well, so I'm trying to ensure that you have everything that you need to know about this. All right? So everything is set up for us to cut this. Let the tool cut the material. I can't emphasize that enough. Now bring this down so that it's at a comfortable height without touching the metal. All right? Once you get to that point, then be sure that there's nothing out in front of you. All right? To the side of you, because this thing throws sparks depending on the amount of carbon that's in it. All right? Remember that little red trigger. I got to pull that forward first towards me. All right? And I say forward towards me, but it's actually in pulling it back. You're lightly pulling back on that red switch, and you pull up on the trigger. As as you descend down on it, follow all the way through. Now, this metal is going to be hot, okay? So please do not grab this with your bare hands. And if you can see, the bluing from the metal means that it got to a temperature and it changed the makeup of it. This is razor sharp in here. We discard all this stuff in our steel bin, and you'll find that where the instructor has shown you. But try not to play with this, touch it, just keep it away, because this stuff is, like I said, razor sharp. All right?